Hello and welcome back to another episode of Discovercars. I'm Cameron, and today we're going to take a closer look at the 2021 Volkswagen Arteon R. Now the new Volkswagen Arteon R is pretty exciting because it comes in one form that we're all interested in, and that is the new shooting brake form. Now it's not really a shooting brake, is it? It's a four-door station wagon, but Germany likes to call their four-door station wagons shooting brakes. So I'll just remind you that this is a shooting brake and this is a four-door station wagon. Now we've got that all cleared, let's just jump in and take a look at the Arteon R. Now the new Arteon just got a recent facelift and came out as a second generation. There's a few different variants in there. There's a hybrid, there's a petrol, but we don't really care about that. The sedan's back and it's also got an R version, but we're really focused on this new shooting brake R version, which I'm just frothing over because it just looks amazing. And I'm just having a look at it and just the black wheels, the blue calipers, the silver trim in the right places, the blue paint, the blacked out grille, the new R badge, it all comes together in a beautiful, sexy looking car, and it just works so well. Volkswagen, bravo, you killed it. So what are we talking in terms of power? I mean, a car that looks this good really does have to have the power to back it up, and it does. It's got a 235 kilowatt, 4-cylinder turbocharged motor. So that's pretty typical motor. It's not a special VR6, it's not anything special, it's not even a hybrid 4-cylinder. It's just your typical R product 2-litre 4-cylinder from the Volkswagen Automotive Group. Now this is the new 2-litre 4-cylinder that's also going to be in the new Golf R, which has been caught completely undisguised right here, and I think it looks pretty good. Volkswagen's making sexy cars, which is great. But then the most sexy car is this Arteon R, because what they've done is taken a good looking car from the front but didn't look so great from the back, and then just turned that into an estate that makes me want it more than any Audi estate at the moment. I think Volkswagen designers just killed it, and I'm pretty sure they just got a freelance on a longer, more elegant looking car than the Golf. The Golf R wagon looks okay, but it's ultimately a stretched Golf. It doesn't look all that enticing. But then you check out the Arteon R and it almost makes your jaw drop to the floor because this thing has presence. And we're probably looking at a 0 to 100 time in around 5 seconds because yes, it's got a more powerful 4-cylinder than the current Golf R. The current Golf R goes 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds, but this is ultimately a little bit heavier, a bit longer, and I just think that's not going to play any favors for this 4-cylinder motor powering it. So it's probably going to be around the 5-second mark for 0 to 100, but that's no slouch whatsoever and almost complements the beauty of this car. Now this engine's mated to the classic 7-speed DSG gearbox, but then there's something really cool about that because the new DSG gearbox is paired with a stunning pair of paddle shifters that actually don't look like they're horrible to touch. Now not only does the new Arteon get these awesome paddle shifters, which they've obviously taken a note from owners who stuck those disgusting tacky 3M extensions onto their VAG group products. Fear no more because the new Arteon R has these new paddle shifter extenders already installed for you. Now the new interior gets a new infotainment system. It looks very classy inside. It looks like a place you want to be. They've got rid of the stupid clock that was inside the old Arteon, and it just looks a lot more true to form and not trying to trick anyone into pretending you're in an Audi if you close your eyes. It's a Volkswagen, it's being honest about that, and it really makes this car feel special because it's a special Volkswagen, not a Volkswagen that's pretending to be an Audi. And the rear 3/4 angle just looks stunning. The 4 exhaust pipes, which are actually real outlets, they're not like the fake Audi S6 outlets, they're actually functional, which is great to see because it was very concerning when the new Arteon came out because some of the range have these quad tailpipes that look like tailpipes, but they're actually fake. So everyone was sort of sweating a bit when they saw the Arteon R thinking, are these real? But they have been confirmed to be real exhaust pipes. So that is pretty exciting. And on the note of exhaust, unfortunately, we don't have any clips of the exhaust sound so far. What you can guess though is a more muted and more artificially sounding 4-cylinder note. and that artificial sound is going to be pumped in the interior because obviously that's where you are hearing it. On the outside, I don't think you're going to get much more than a normal droney 4-cylinder sound, unfortunately. And so you're not just getting a sexy car with the Arteon R, you're also getting a far more practical one too, because when you fold the seats down, you get 1,600 liters of cargo space, which is just absurd. And I just think that's a pretty good jump up from a sedan, but unfortunately, the funny thing is the whole thing just looks more practical because it's only 2 liters more than the sedan at 565 liters of boot space, which is what happens when you have the seats folded up, which is kind of funny. But don't worry about boot space because what we're focused on is how this thing drives. And it's an all-wheel drive system. 4Motion is what Volkswagen calls it. And it's a system that is a new torque vectoring system that allows 100% of the power to either go to the front wheels or 100% of the power to go to the rear wheels, which is just like what we saw in the GR Yaris. And that is a pretty cool little system because it actually can send power to the individual wheels just to make that Arteon R carve up corners as it carves up your eyeballs because it just looks so damn good. If you are not getting the shooting brake, who are you? Because this thing looks better than a nice cold glass of water on a hot summer's day. I mean, just look at this thing. It just looks so good. And performance blue everywhere with the R badge and just perfect. But this is the car that you should get if you're thinking about getting a station wagon because it's going to come in at the right price. It's going to be far cheaper for the performance you get than the likes of Audi's products. Volkswagen Australia has a really strong business case to bring this to Australia. The Golf R wagon sold like hotcakes, and even the Wolfsburg edition, the Grid edition, all these different editions of the Golf R sold really well here in Australia. So I think Volkswagen Australia will have no problem selling the new Arteon R, but it will be that price tag that they're going to try and get people to ask for. And if it's too high up, these might become pretty niche, especially since station wagons just aren't that popular, unfortunately. But if you've got 2 eyeballs that work, you can obviously see this looks far better than the sedan. So hopefully that works in Volkswagen's favor and they sell more of these because we want to see more of these really good looking wagons than those ugly coupe looking SUVs. But yeah, that's what we know so far about the Arteon R. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing and liking. That really helps and lets me know that you like these videos. And then if you haven't checked out my latest video on the GR Yaris and what we know about that, there's even a sneaky exhaust clip that no one really knows about right here. But that's it for now. Thank you very much for joining. My name's Cameron and we'll see you next time. Thanks.